Harry Potter and the Cursed Child is returning to stage in Melbourne next week after the cancellation of more than 500 shows during the pandemic. But theatregoers will only be able to see the original two-part production until March, with a new one-part version to premiere in May. For more, we're joined from the Princess Theatre in Melbourne by the executive producer of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child in Australia, Michael Castle. Michael, very good morning to you.
Good morning to you.
How happy are you that this fantastic show, is about to kick off again in Melbourne next week?
Well, it's incredibly exciting to have our cast, to have our crew back in the theatre, putting the finishing touches ahead of our reopening next Thursday night. It's been a little while coming, but it's nice to finally be welcoming audiences through those doors once more.
It's been a long time between drinks and certainly performances. What impact, Michael, has it had on the actors, the support staff, everybody involved in this production?
Well, it's been incredibly challenging. I think, certainly this show reopened post the last year's lockdown in February, and then to experiencing a number of lockdowns over the past year has been tough for our cast, for our crew, for all of the staff that are involved in bringing to life the Princess Theatre each night. So to finally be able to reunite again and to return to what we love, to be returning to performances, to be returning to full-time employment is incredibly exciting.
It is just terrific. How are ticket sales going for the return next week?
Well, what's been so wonderful, and certainly what we're very grateful for, is that we've been able to retain 80% of our audience that have been affected. Those audience members have been with us for the long haul. They've stood by us, they've retained their tickets, and certainly we are so very grateful that they have stuck by the show, and we can't wait to welcome them to the theatre.
One of the great parts of this performance, Michael, is that it goes through two parts. The current version, you can even go for a cheeky early dinner between part one and part two. But take us through the change you're making, the fairly big change to the way Harry Potter is going to be performed on stage going into next year.
It sure is, and it's quite a rare opportunity for any production, indeed any cast, any creative team, to go and return to a great piece of theatre and reimagine it. But that's exactly what we'll be doing. Over the past 12 months, John Tiffany, the book writer and director, Jack Thorne and indeed J.K. Rowling, have come together to work out how can they tell this story as one singular performance. And this week on Broadway, the show will return to the stage as one singular performance. And Melbourne, again, will be the first international city to welcome this new reimagined production to the stage. So that allows us to hopefully welcome more audience members through the Princess Theatre doors. It allows our cast and crew to reunite with that incredible creative team and find this new way of telling Harry Potter and the Cursed Child for audiences for years to come.
OK, and for those who are very keen on seeing that new version, who've seen the existing version, obviously it'll be shorter, but what other changes have you made to it?
Well, certainly it's been halved in terms of its duration. So it means that the theatricality, the storytelling moves along at an incredible pace. All of the characters are there that we know and love. All of the story arc remains the same. It certainly means there's less dialogue in terms of the one-part performance. But the magic, the wizardry, the technical, special effects all remain. And I think audiences are going to embrace this just as much as they embrace the original two-part version.
I'm sure they absolutely will. Michael Castle, thanks for joining us, and all the best for the return to the stage of Harry Potter and the Cursed Child next week. Great chatting to you.
Great chatting with you too. Thank you.